I've been asked to share my VSG journey, and so this is post-op, the day before my actual surgery. And so I hadn't said anything in depth yet about what the process I went through, but I kind of want to share this with you all today to let you know what I went through, my process. It may not be everybody's, but this is mine. As you all know, I'm continuously been on a weight loss journey. I was trying to do it on my own, had done pretty good, but during the pandemic, of course, and some changes in some medication, I've been up and down like a roller coaster and gained a lot of the weight that I lost back when I was put on cholesterol medicine. I can tell you that it was a tough decision for me to make, but I always said I was never opposed to it, but this would be my final decision should I have to make it. And my knees have just gotten to the point where I need to have this knee surgery or get some of this weight off these knees for some relief sooner rather than later, because over in the night I wake up out of my sleep in pain sometimes, and I knew when I had to start being dependent on pain meds sometimes just to alleviate some of the pain. I don't take them often, but I do have to take them now, and so my doctor prescribed me some back in January, and so I do have to use those now for my knees. And so I made the decision back in January to go ahead and see about the weight loss surgery. I don't know if I mentioned it several times, but I have diverticulitis. So that wasn't my reasoning, but I chose the gastric sleeve prior to even going to the doctor. Once I called and required, I can tell y'all where I work, my employer, my insurance is Cigna. All Cigna is not one size fit all. It depends on your employer and what the plan is. So what I'm saying for my employer and the Cigna that I have, and we even have different tiers of plans at my job. So I can only speak to you about where I work and the plan that I have, and I have the Premier. I think it's the Premier plan. Um, One of the requirements when I inquired was I called to find out. I'm going through St. Francis Weight Loss Center, and I called to find out what to do and how to make an appointment. One of the things that you had to do, the first thing was to attend it was during COVID, so therefore the seminar was online. So you had the seminar which explained the bypass and explained the VSG surgery. And so even just listening through the seminar, I decided that, the VSG was something I would rather go for. So then the clinic calls you back and schedules you an appointment to meet with the doctor and the surgeons. And I had that appointment in January. When meeting with him, he said, Miss Anderson, I see what your situation is. And, my orthopedic surgeon was the one that recommended it. I told you all that before. So he actually wrote me a letter to accompany me going to the appointment. And he came in and he said, I concur with your orthopedic surgeons. You probably could lose around 100 pounds and you will be able to be successful in having the surgery. And I think I'm around 329 now. I don't know, but I don't know for sure tomorrow. And he said, you will be successful, when able to have the surgery once you get the weight off. So after that appointment, he said, you will need clearance from your primary care. Well, it was time for me. Well, let me backtrack. I have some female issues as well. So I had already talked to on my annual visit for my mammogram and my annual, I spoke to my gynecologist about it, and said that she thought it would be a good idea for me to have it, so she was on board. Okay, the orthopedic surgeon was on board. So now I had to go to my PCP, and we had discussed it off and on, and I told her my resistance of why I didn't want to have it right now. I wanted to try everything I can. Well, I go to my doctor regularly every 3 months to keep my levels checked, to check on what's going on with me, to have my blood work checked every 3 months. Sometimes I have to, if I get sick or something, I go in between time. So after that visit, I had to go to my PCP, who said she didn't have no problem with writing it. She felt like I had done the very best. She has seen me go up and down. I'll do good. And then she says she's all for it. She says she used to be really against it, but she's had some patients who has had some success, and she think that would be good for me. So she didn't have any qualms about writing a letter, and she was going to write me a letter of recommendation. She said, just let me get your blood work back first. And she did, and my A1C and all of that was kind of in line of where it had been, but she said, I'm going to go ahead. And so she wrote the letter. Once she wrote the letter, I had to then go to a nutritionist class. You went to the nutritionist class and you took a test and you had to sign up, and they were doing everything online, but normally this stuff is in person. I don't know if they're going to go back to it or not. You did the nutritionist class. The nutritionist class taught you about what you need to eat, what you need to do, the liver shrink diet, and that diet consists of protein shakes, 2 protein shakes a day, 3 snacks. If you're diabetic, what your snack is like a piece of fruit, but if you're diabetic, you have to also add a half a cup of yogurt, and 1 meal a day. So they wanted you to kind of start on the liver shrink diet. I'm not going to say I did it as best I could. I wasn't just stuck like glue on it, to be honest with you. Then I had to go see the psychologist to make sure that I was doing it for the right reasons, that I was going to be able to mentally handle it. What was my reasons for doing it? It was not self-esteem, and I explained to him the situation, and you had to get psych clearance. Well, because I'm with Cigna, our employer, and it's just our employee, requires that we go for a second opinion. We cannot just say we want the surgery and get all the clearances, get our doctors. And you see, I've been to several visits of doctors, and they still want you to get a second opinion. If you don't get that second opinion, they may not pay for the surgery, and they also may charge you an additional $1,000 above your out-of-pocket maximum for the year. So, of course, I went to the second, it's called Second MD. I think that's who we had to go to. Fortunately, again, that was all phone. I first had to go through a series of questioning with the nurse practitioner, and she asked me a series of questions. It took about 30 minutes, and then I had to go to appointment with another bariatric surgeon, and he asked me a string of questions. He told me in detail about each procedure. He told me he felt like the gastric sleeve was my better choice because of my situation, and I explained to him the diverticulitis situation. So that's where we ended up. So I got clearance from them. After the clearance from them, only then did Cigna clear me to go ahead. After Cigna cleared me to go ahead, I saw the dietitian. The dietitian further talked to me about eating, what I should eat, and I eat pretty decently anyway, how I've been eating, and then we incorporated the protein shakes. And I'm going to share some of the stuff that I've had to do with the protein shakes. So, then we, like I said, got on that and saw the dietitian and weighed in. I did a couple appointments with the dietitian. So then I had to have an EKG. Well, my EKG came back abnormal. I went to the hospital for a series of testing. One was the EKG, one was blood work, I guess, to check your levels again. And I had to have radiology, and that's when you drink this barium type stuff so they can see inside your system. It's nasty, y'all, but it's thick, but you just drink it, chug it down real quick, and they able to kind of x-ray you. And then you also have to drink some during the test so they can see it actually trickle down your throat through the x-ray. So I had those tests, and they all came back. So I then, after my EKG came back abnormal, I had to go to the cardiologist. This is not an easy process. The cardiologist, me and him didn't see eye to eye. He came in, that was my first high blood pressure reading. I told y'all that story. And he wanted to slap me on high blood pressure medicine. I then had to go back to have a echocardiogram and a stress test. I had the echocardiogram. There were 2 appointments on the same dose. It took me 5 hours that day. I had the echo first thing that morning, and then I had to go over to the hospital to have the stress test. Then I had to go back to the cardiologist to him to read and talk to me about what he found in the results, and if he was going to give me clearance to have the surgery, which indeed he did. So now we're at the clearance for the surgery. That same day he gave me clearance, the surgeon office called back and gave me an appointment for my date. And I was really surprised. I don't even think it was a full 2 weeks. I don't know if it was 2 weeks or not. I don't think so, because I thought it was that Wednesday. And I thought she said the 25th, I want you to start really good on this liver shrink diet. And I'm like, the 25th? So I was telling my daughter, woohoo, I got to the 25th. But the paper, I really looked at the paper and it said the 22nd. And once again, I haven't been the best at it, which I wish I would have been a lot better at it, but I did the best I could. So I've been on that diet. And that's where we are now. So then I had to go back to the doctor, which I went this Tuesday for all my pre-op screening, which was another blood work. It was blood work. I don't know what else I did. I did 3 things, but it was blood work, something else. I had to have a COVID screening. They took several vials of blood. I don't know what else I did. And anyway, I had to go to radiology, and they did some more x-rays of my chest. I don't know why, but they did. So that's where we are now. She said, if we don't call you in 2 days, your COVID's fine, you're free to go. So my surgery is, like I said, tomorrow. I have to be at the doctor, be there at 5:45 for a 6 a.m. appointment. And my sister is coming to take me, and she's going to be with me during the morning. So this is where we are. And y'all, I can tell you for the expense, I can't tell you how much the full surgery is. What I can tell you through the series of all those appointments and some of my regular doctor visits, I had to meet a $1,300 deductible for the year. I also have after that, my insurance kicks in 80% and I pay 20% up until $3,200, which is my out-of-pocket maximum for the plan that I chose from my employer for the year. So I knew that I could only spend up to $3,200. I will tell y'all that when she called me, I had $1,200 and something I had to pay prior to surgery, which I paid. So I had spent all that just on these different doctor bills and my portion of the bills. So I have reached with this surgery my out-of-pocket maximum, and I would say the majority of the $3,200 went to the surgery. What I will tell you is, so that means the rest of the year, if I have to go to the doctor or anything, I will go free and clear because my insurance now kicks in at 100%. What I will tell you is, I know some people had this surgery in Mexico, some in Turkey, and they say it's around $35,000 to $5,000. So I don't know anything about them. So I'm not recommending it. I'm just telling you that's an alternative, because you definitely have to go through a lot of steps, at least with Cigna. I did. I can't tell you about any other insurance. Some of the things, today I'm on clear liquid. Oh, I can tell you today I have to take, I was told on my pre-op that, so I'm going to take a shower here shortly. I have to take a bath tonight. They say wash first with your regular soap and then bathe with this. And you also do the same thing in the morning, the same routine in the morning prior to surgery. So they gave you this at the hospital. Some of the protein things and the things I'm on clear liquids all day today. Some of the things that I have utilized. Now, I did have some homemade chicken broth, but while they want you on this diet, you have to use protein. And I got this out here just to show you. These are some of the protein shakes right here. This is one, the Premier Protein. And you want to get, they say it's best to get the ones with 30. I think one of these has this one has 25. Because you really want to get as much protein after the surgery as possible. This has probably been the one I've liked the best, but I don't like any of them, to be honest with you. But they are necessary. I haven't tried Quest at all, so I can't tell you how that tastes. And when I was at the doctor this week, I got a chocolate. I'm not sure that I'm going to like chocolate. And that's just vanilla. So this is just the different protein shakes. And of course, you can drink any of the drink packs, but you're not supposed to have anything red like today, prior to surgery, they don't want you to have anything red to drink. So I will be drinking, some of these drinks. Well, I have been. I drink them anyway because, I don't drink zero sugar most of the time. I very rarely had a full flavored or real type, full sugar type drink. So I always have drank, the zero sugar. And this is the Crystal Light. Y'all, I want to say this, now, some of y'all might like it better, and I like it. Don't get me wrong. I like the Walmart brand on some of the things, and I like the peach tea. But to me, maybe it's just me, my taste buds, but I like the Crystal Light brand better. But I do like, I said, I do like that one. Some of my other sources of protein is like I use this in making my own protein shakes, is the carnation milk. You can use almond milk, and I use like little packets of fruit. Right now, I can't have that, so. And then this is one, the women's Nature's Bounty, and it's in the protein. I don't like the sweet, so what I did was I bought some. Oh, I didn't bring it in here, but I have a thing of Isopur protein powder. So I use that in that. And then this is one I wanted to try because they say this was also a good one. So I got a couple of samples of the Gene Pro from Bariatric. It's some website I ordered Bariatric from. These I haven't tried because I said I was going to save them more so because they say it's easy to put this in clear liquid after the surgery. And this is like the Nectar. These are just a couple of the samples I had. I ordered this one and the lemonade. So we'll see how that works as protein powder. And I can't remember. Let me see how much protein is in these. Oh, it's 23 grams per packet of, and you put this in a full thing of water. This can be one serving. So it's 23 grams of protein in there. And these are what protein shots. But it's only 15 grams of protein in here. But just to get something down and you don't have to drink so much, especially after surgery, these were recommended. I have no idea how they taste because I didn't really want to waste just having to drink a little now, when I may not be able to get these protein shakes down. So, of course, you use the chicken broth, vegetable broth, beef broth, whatever. And just to add more flavor, I have the Knorr's little bouillon cubes as well, but this is better than bouillon. I got the chicken, and I also have the beef, just to kind of help the store-bought. What am I trying to say? The store-bought protein. And this is something I don't know how it's going to taste. Also, after surgery, I didn't use this beforehand. I just bought this as a sample. And this one has 16 grams of protein, but I figure it's just a little bit, and you can get this down a lot easier than one of these full shakes afterwards. But like I said, it's only an ounce. So I'm going to see how I like this. And I got this from Bariatric Pale as well. I ordered this, so I may have to order some more of these. This right here, of course, you can drink all the zero Gatorade or Powerade, and I don't like either one of them. I don't like Gatorade or Powerade at all, really, but I will have to drink it so to keep myself hydrated, I guess. But this is the purple. I also have some orange, but I'm not drinking those today. Now this right here that I was given to at the hospital, and it's pre-surgery, and they want me to drink this an hour prior to coming. Well, no, they didn't. They said drink it on your way to the hospital, but if you live more than an hour away, to let them know. So I will have to drink in the morning, so I'm going to go ahead and put it in the refrigerator and get it cold. But anyway, I just kind of want to share that with y'all. I'm not saying I recommend it or don't recommend it. You have to make the decision for yourself. It took me a lot to come to the decision, but now that I've prayed about it. I put God in everything I do and ask him to cover me. And if it's not meant for me to have the surgery, he'll stop me. But I have gotten peace about it. He's given me peace of mind about what it is. I know it's going to be a hard way to go. It's going to be a uphill battle. I ask you all for your continued prayers and just be with me, and keep me in prayer. and lift me up in prayer, and we're gonna be in this thing together. And I probably won't be doing a whole lot of mukbangs. I haven't been on because, of course you could drink water. I didn't know if I said that. So I got this water, and I got the different splash kind. So I don't know, like I said, what it's gonna be like afterwards. It's just gonna take it one day at a time, and I know that it'll be okay. But I thank y'all for all y'all support. I hope this has been helpful for anybody who's interested in having the surgery, just so you can at least know the process and what all, I've gone through. And like I said, this was just for my insurance with Cigna. I'm not saying that this would be your same process, because some people don't even have to go through all of this. But, I wish you all the best. And again, I thank you so much for your love, your encouragement, your support, and your prayers. And I want you to know you're loved. I love you, but God truly loves you the most. Remember to always be kind to yourself and others. Be joyful and be blessed. And y'all, once I may come on a little bit tomorrow before surgery, and I'm going to definitely come on after surgery, not sure when. And I'm going to start giving you kind of updates of me as I progress along in this progress. Anyway, love you. Have a good night. Bye.